Hello everybody once again, and it's time to go into the crazy depths that is SJW Facebook. And today I found something quite amazing on what I think was either the Gamergate group or the Honey Badgers group. And this is all about cuckolding and why it's fun and why men should definitely do it and become cucks and allow their partners to essentially abuse them for their own sexual pleasure. Now look, as a disclaimer, if you're into cuckolding and it's a consensual thing, that's absolutely fine. But don't pass this off as some kind of open relationship thing, as you'll probably soon see here, and how everybody should do it. So, take it away, Facebook. Take it away. Yeah. I did not add anything that was already in there. I know. This is where we're heading. This is genuinely where we're heading. This is supposed to turn you on, men. This is supposed to turn you on. This is supposed to be sexy. But you're not having sex with your wife. She's having sex with other people. You do know that cucks are supposed to get off on people having sex with their wife while they don't. That's how it works. God, it's like they read that article about that guy who said, I let them do this. We're in an open relationship. I'm totally not a cuckold at all. It's absolutely fine. It's all about gender equality. This is what it sounds like to me. Like this is something that's fun and sexy and hip when it's actually not. Cucks seem to be, looked down upon, and for good reason. They appear weak and used and abused. But hey, they're submissives. If you're a genuine one, that's fine. But they're trying to make other men do this because apparently it's good for the women when it's not good for most people, let alone men or even women. Oh yeah, another thing they like to do, make something that's a minority or very fringe, something that's more common than you think. No, it's not. No, it's not. Very few men are into that, and for good reason. You might trick an SJW man into thinking that, but you won't trick the average Joe. I'm sorry, they may be stupid, but they're not that stupid. They know that that is not a very common thing. It's not even some, it's just a minority of men. It's a tiny, tiny amount of men are aroused by that. Just because it's everywhere on the porn sites and shit doesn't mean it's actually that common in real life. It's not even some men. Even that some men would look down on cucks. That's how very little cucks there are in the world. But hey, whatever. Let's continue, people. We're getting to the point where they start quoting people. Oh, never heard of her, but she must know what she's talking about. She's a sexologist. Again, only gonna convince people to do this kind of shit if they're stupid SJWs. They think they're doing a good thing while they're doing this. Yeah, no. It's like as if they just pick a random person who happens to be a sexologist and said something about this, that therefore this must be good. Yeah, and who actually takes sexologists seriously? People who are desperate for sex, people who want to, inject some life into their failing sex lives with their failing marriages. This must be $1 million industry because these people can convince these other people that they know what they're talking about and can just rake them against the coals and take all their money. God, I wish I was a sexologist. I mean, these are the PUAs that SJWs find okay. What is the difference between a sexologist, like this person that they're gonna quote in a minute, and someone like Roosh V? I don't think there's much of a difference, but that's just my opinion. Disclaimer, I know there are actual experts on sex, but this is different. I'm sorry, what? Men like to think about other people lacking their wives and feeling humiliated, as if all men or most men. No, when men think that, on average, that's a nightmare. That's a thought they don't want in their heads. That makes them feel humiliated and insecure, yes, but in a bad way, not in a way that makes them get off on something. This is like that thing where they pick a small sample size of men, and this small sample size happens to have a bunch of men that happen to be the majority, or they manufacture the statistics based on similar things that they all say, and say, yeah, men like this. Men think these things all the time, even though it's like a small sample size of 100 men out of, 30 million men in the population. And this must be what all men think like, because this 58 men said so. So, yeah, this is exactly where we're going. And further proof that this PUA, sexologist, doesn't know what she's on about. Notice how they can't even continue that little point. They have to go straight to the men who do this, who practice this, which they know is a minority. They know not many men practice this at all. They say it strengthens their bond. Yeah, I'm sure it strengthens their delusions, but I think we're going to have to move on before I say too much. Are they actually saying that infidelity should be part of a healthy relationship? I'm sorry, but infidelity usually is the end of a relationship. Yes, it doesn't have to be. Some people are able to rebuild, but in my experience and in other people's experience, they tend to leave. They tend to think that once a cheater, always a cheater. And this is basically what they're telling men to put up with. This is what they're saying women should do. This is only going to destroy relationships. When the guy finds out that sometimes it's not always what he thinks it's going to be like. I can imagine this being used as some kind of like new hip thing to do, and it'll just be an excuse for the women to go out and cheat on people they don't actually want to be with, rather than, you know, just leave them and be promiscuous. Why can't we have that? Or have a polyamorous relationship with somebody else when it's clear monogamy doesn't work? No. Apparently you have to do this. Infidelity isn't always the end. It can be great. Notice how they're not letting women be coquettes. It has to be men. I mean, women like that exist as well. I don't get this. A spark that helps them survive. Right, are you sure about that? Maybe it's a sign that this person is very deluded and he's basically covering up his own insecurities and God knows what else is inside of his head because this woman cheated on him, or she has him so under her thumb that she says this is a good thing, this will help rebuild everything because she cheated on him. She cheated on him because, well, she was depressed. She cheated on him because, well, she's bored, and this, that, and the other. Is this what they're saying? This can rebuild things? No. Infidelity is considered a bad thing for a reason. And that's because it destroys relationship. And if this makes a relationship stronger, which I highly doubt it does, because cuckoldery is something that has to be consensual, not something that somebody just goes out and then says, oh no, I was just doing this new hip fetish you should be into, kind of thing. But hey, whatever. Honestly, we're going to see a lot of 50 Shades of Grey type shit in the future for SJWs, so why am I not surprised? Honestly, I get the feeling they're actually misrepresenting cuckolds, and coquettes even, because they're just forgetting coquettes exist, and they're trying to make it out to be this big thing that it actually isn't. And if anything, that's a disservice to these people who are actual submissives and like this thing. And, you know, it's horrible, and I actually feel sorry for them in a weird way. If they're having their little thing that they like be just indirectly ridiculed by these people by turning it into a hipster thing. And I just really feel sorry for them. I don't know about you guys, but I really hurt myself on that edge. Oh, so edgy, so cutting edge of modernity. Oh. Anyway, people, that's the end of the video. This has been ChamMan93. Like, share the video, subscribe to my channel, donate to my Patreon, and until next time, I'll see you later.